2025, we invited WAAPA's Link Dance Company in for a secondment in the motion capture studio to experiment with how we may be able to integrate the Link Dance Company's past performance into our real-time pipeline, which involves a 16-camera Vicon motion capture system and a real-time animation stream into the Unreal Engine. The past work was called What Was Never Lost and was choreographed by Evgenia Plotkin-Mikhailov with the sound design by Rachel Dees. The first stage of the program involved introducing the dancers to the technology and discussing the opportunities that existed through the real-time pipeline and with the Unreal Engine for this work. We landed on two main intentions through the work, one of freeze frame and the other of invisible dancers. Freeze frame experimented with the idea of freezing the animation at certain points within the movement. And we started this process looking at collision boxes within the Unreal Engine, whereby the dancers would freeze when they hit certain spots along the stage. We quickly shifted this over to an input from an Xbox controller, as the freeze frame through the controller gave the dancers the ability to choreograph this freeze frame movement with each other and at appropriate times within the choreography. The invisible dancers were experimenting with how the dancers can influence the performance without being tracked by the motion capture system. This involved one dancer controlling through the Xbox controller and the other dancer experimenting with how to manipulate light or support the dancers being tracked through the movement to achieve movement that would not otherwise be possible. The next stage in the process involved us selecting a phrase from the choreography that we wanted to introduce into the process and reworking the movement so that it could be achieved within our smaller mocap volume and within the limitations of the mocap system. We also needed to work how to introduce the freeze frame mechanics throughout the work. The resultant project ended up in 3 dancers being tracked within the volume, driving 15 animated characters, with one dancer driving the Xbox controller and the other dancer supporting the dancers as invisible in the volume. Once the movement had been established and recorded, we returned to Evgenia's original intentions for the work, which was one of connecting the dance with nature and the vitality of nature and its ability to regenerate. We then looked at the light and the textures and the colours through the scene to hopefully give some representation of these original intentions. The final track was then used to record a short film using a virtual camera track, again within the motion capture volume. Utilising the game engine functionality of the Unreal Engine, we also were able to produce an interactive media installation, which gave the public access to the Xbox controller and the freeze frame mechanics throughout the piece. We're really excited to explore how the new facilities due to be installed in the ECU City campus can extend this prototype, exploring how dance, motion capture and virtual stages can be integrated to bring human performance into these unique, interactive virtual experiences.